Hello my dear students. In this video we are going to study the states of matter from chapter number 1 of NCERT Science book class 9, subject science. Matter is classified into three main categories, that is the solid state, the liquid state and the gaseous state. And the classification of matter is done on the basis of intermolecular force of attraction and the arrangement of particles. As you can see in the picture, in solid, the particles are very close to each other, and thus we can say that the space between the particle is 0 or close to 0. And in case of gases, the intermolecular space is very high, or we can say that the particles attract each other with less intermolecular force, and the liquid is intermediate to the solid and gaseous state. In this video, we will focus on the solid state. The characteristics of solid means the property of solid is basically explained through two major points: the intermolecular force of attraction and the intermolecular space. In solids, the intermolecular force of attraction is very high. That means the particles attract each other with very high force. Since they are attracting each other with high force, the space between the particle will be 0 or close to 0. Thus, we can say that the arrangement of particle in solid is closely packed and the intermolecular space is negligible. Due to this property, due to these two major properties, solid is rigid and hard. I repeat, the solid is rigid and hard. Here the term rigidity, here the term rigidity means to maintain the shape, the tendency to maintain the shape when an external force is applied on the matter. Means if we are applying a force on a wooden table, it will not change its shape. So we can say that it is rigid. I hope you got it. Rigidity means the tendency to maintain the shape when an external force is applied on the matter. So therefore, the solids are rigid and they are hard. Hardness is due to the close packed structure of the particles in solid. Solid have a definite shape and a definite volume. Definite shape means the solid will never change its shape when it is kept from one container to another. Its shape remains unchanged. Solids are highly dense. Density means mass divided by volume. That is the density. So density means mass divided by volume, or the mass present in per unit volume. Since we know the particles are very closely packed to each other, so per unit volume of the particles is very high. So therefore, the density of solid is very high. Solid does not show diffusion. Solid does not show diffusion. Diffusion means the intermixing of particles of matter. If the matters if the particles of matter are intermixing, then that property is called as diffusion. since the particles are held together with high intermolecular force of attraction, so they are not free to get intermixed. Therefore, solid does not show diffusion. And the last property, solid is not compressible. Compressible is only possible when there is the space. Wherever there is space, the compressibility can be done. But in case of solid, the intermolecular space is negligible. Therefore, solids cannot be compressed. Talking about the activity 1.9 of your book, if we take a pen, a book, an iron needle, and a wooden block, and if we applied a pressure on all these four items, or if we pulled hammer on all these four articles shown on the figure, the behavior will be different by each article. That is, some question has been asked. The first one is, do, do all these articles have definite shape, definite boundary, definite volume? So, obviously they all have the definite shape, volumes and boundary. The second question is that what happens when they are hammered or pulled or dropped? We know that if we pulled a book, it will easily get destroyed. But if we pull an iron needle, so nothing will happen to it. Or if we hammer and a wooden block, so it will get easily destroyed. But it will be very difficult to destroy an iron needle. So we can say that different solids have different behavior. That is due to the different types of intermolecular force existing in the solid state. The next question is, these solids are not capable of diffusion. These solids are not capable of diffusion because they does not have any intermolecular space between them. And if we compress these four articles, the compression will not be possible because they all have the properties of solid. So, what do you think about a rubber band? A rubber band changes its shape when it is pulled. So, is it a solid? What do you think about a sugar and salt? If sugar and salt are kept in different jars, they take the shape of those jars. Are they solids? And the lastly, the sponge. Sponge, whenever it is compressed, it gets easily compressed. Is it a solid? To find out the answers of these three questions, I will answer you all these three questions in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.